Good morning, class. Yesterday, we used conduction, convection, and radiation to melt ice. Today, we're going to be using conduction, convection, and radiation to make popcorn. Who can remember what we used to represent conduction when melting the ice? That's right. We used a hot plate and our hands. The direct contact heated up the ice really quickly. Who can remember what we used to represent convection when melting our ice? That's right, a hairdryer. The hairdryer had a fan inside that circulated the air around and pushed out the hot air to melt our ice. Who remembers what we used to represent radiation when melting our ice? That's right, we used the waves from the sunlight to come and melt our ice. Which method took the longest amount of time to melt our ice? Radiation. Do you think that radiation will always take a long time to melt ice? Let's find out. Today, we're going to be using conduction, convection, and radiation to make popcorn using these three items: the stove, which will act as our hot plate for today, the microwave, and the air fryer. In your journals, I want you to write down your predictions for which three items use either conduction, convection, or radiation. The hot plate, or stove, just like yesterday, uses conduction. Who guessed conduction? Very good. The direct contact of the heating source to the pan to the popcorn will heat up and cook our popcorn. The air fryer uses convection. Who guessed convection? Very good. The air fryer has a fan inside that circulates around the air, and the air heats up and cooks the popcorn. The microwave uses radiation. Who guessed that the microwave would use radiation? Great job! There are many different forms of heat waves. The sun uses special infrared heat waves to heat up the surface of the earth. This microwave uses microwaves to heat up our food. Using your prior knowledge, including what we learned yesterday, which method will heat up our popcorn the fastest? I want you to make predictions in your notebook. As I am cooking the popcorn, I want you to draw pictures of what you observe. I want you to draw and label a picture of conduction, convection, and radiation. Under each picture, you will write a 2 to 4 sentence description of how each method of heat transfer works. We will use the popcorn from this pre-prepared bag to pop our popcorn in the microwave. We are going to use our pan to cook raw popcorn kernels. We are also going to put raw popcorn kernels in the air fryer. Let's check our popcorn. This popcorn took 10 minutes to cook. This popcorn also took 10 minutes to cook. This popcorn only took 2 minutes to cook. Why do you think that is? The microwave was able to cook our popcorn much faster than the use of conduction and convection. But the sun's rays took a lot longer. The microwaves were closer than the sun's rays. There are many different ways that we could use conduction, convection, and radiation. What are 2 ways that we used conduction? That's right. We used our hands and a hot plate or a stove. What are 2 ways that we used convection? That's right. We used a hairdryer and an air fryer. What are 2 ways we used radiation? That's right. The sun and a microwave. Now I will come around and check the pictures and descriptions you put in your notebook. Everyone did such a marvelous job today. Let's get ready for our Kahoot to test what we've learned.